keep the game on.
Yeah.
Watch the
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah, you get live. They get to live play-by-play.
Yeah, that's what people
Yeah.
want. They want day-old live play-by-play of a Jets-Bills game.
I actually have had a bunch of Jets stuff do pretty well recently.
You and Lee Valentin.
Well, I worked with Chris Barnes too on a sketch.
Sure, you guys went to MetLife.
Yeah, we went to the Jets game, so we got in the heat of it. But no, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to make fun of the Jets. There's nothing else you can do. Like, what are you going to watch them and just be like, no, this is a fun team? No, you're going to make fun of them because they're the biggest embarrassment in all of sports. Truly.
There's nothing I find sadder than grown adults who care about a sport.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the world sadder.
I know.
I went, like I told you in the pre-pod, I went to the Jets game last Sunday. First off, my one buddy, we have 5 tickets. My buddy has 5 season tickets. So my one buddy had to buy a ticket. We all split it so he could come. The row in back of us. He had to buy 2. Whatever. He ended up selling one. There was one guy who showed up in 1-degree weather to see the Jets-Rams game, and he just sat behind us the whole time.
And he just cheered, like unironically cheered for.
And like when they missed the ball, he was
they're like upset. Oh, what the hell, guy? It's like, have you not been watching literally your whole life? Like, this is what they did. They don't do good stuff.
But you could have done this at home.
Yeah.
It's 1 degree out.
It's crazy. And I really do respect, and also I watch my dad. My dad's still the same way. Like, he watches every Sunday. You go, oh, what the hell? You know, like, he gets into it. I respect it, but I'm also just like, yo, like, we got, you can't let this consume you anymore. Like, you know what it is. You know what I mean? And, like, people online still get so worked up about, nothing's ever going to change. And it's just like, yeah, so stop. Just stop.
Why
this
are
is what
you
it
so
is.
invested into this?
Yeah, this is what they're gonna do. What do you expect them to like make you feel good? Like they're a joke. They're a comedy. They're a comedy. So let's enjoy it as such. It's comedy. It's funny. Let's not. The owner had his 17-year-old son making like major like decisions within the organization. It's a joke.
But I don't disagree with his thought process because it's how I'd run a team.
That's how I would run.
The Madden ratings. I would do the same exact thing.
It's funny. It's funny how I remember actually thinking I was a good general manager. So like, yeah, it would just be the same thing. I'd be like, yeah, we're gonna trade for Devontae Adams, and that's what's gonna turn the team around.
Yeah. Oh, I can't have Jerry Jeudy. His elusiveness rating's too low. Brilliant. I wouldn't even have looked at elusiveness. I would just looked at speed. You look at elusiveness. That's the difference.
Yeah, but it's been fun. I mean, like it's been fun to make Jets content. I just get really tired of it, like, because I don't know. I have to like watch. Like, it kind of comes down to what you said, like. Every week in order to make content, I have to genuinely get upset and like pissed off about something. And at this point of the season, I just don't care. I've checked out. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to let them like upset me anymore. Early in the season, they upset me because I have that false hope that I get every single year where I'm like, no, it's going to be different this year. So then when it slowly comes to the realization that like, no, it's the same as every other year of your entire life, I get upset. And then that's when I make content because I'm pissed and I can be funny about it. But then eventually I just check out. I'm like, okay, I don't care anymore. I'm not going to let these people ruin my Sunday anymore.
But
I
you
just
have
don't care
things
anymore.
going for you.
Yeah, and I have other things I'm working.
So why were you even invested in the beginning?
Because I love football.
Understand.
Because I love football. I love the Jets. I love it. I love it. I do. I wish they were good. If they were good, I would like care. I would like care. I would like watch every. But I'm not going to let them ruin. Like, I had to make that decision because when I was young in college, like, I had that mindset. Like, they would, like, ruin my life. Like, every Sunday. I was like that.
Yeah, that's insane. But
I was also a kid. I was young. I was like, whatever.
You were in college.
Yeah, I was in college. That's a kid. 19 years old. That's a kid. But then once you get into real adult life and you have to deal with real adult shit. Can I curse on this? Can I say shit?
I'm not going to edit it out, so it's too late. Whatever. YouTube, the algorithm will do it at once.
Yeah, it's over now. There goes your monetization. But no, when I had to deal with like real life stuff, I wasn't gonna. That's when you start to be like, okay, this is sad. The fact that I'm letting this team upset me this much, that it's affecting my day. It's like I can't do this anymore. I have like bills to pay and stuff. But when you're a kid and you don't have real problems, you're just like, yeah, you know. You let them
middle
consume
school, even high school, okay. I think once you get that Regents diploma, assuming you passed all your Regents.
I think I did. I don't know.
It should say that on your diploma when you graduate high school. Like, you can't care
You
about
officially can
sports
no longer
anymore.
be upset about.
Well, you can't. You could be like, oh, I'm a Jet fan. Yeah, it's crazy how they suck, huh? That's about all you can express about a sports team. I have a friend who rips doors off hinges.
Well, I just think with the Jets especially, it's like we know what they are. They're the worst run, maybe the worst run team in all of sports, up there, top 5. How can you just year after year expect it to be different? It's not going to be different. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly. Yeah, I watch it every year. Yeah, they're fun. They're terrible. Who are the guys who are calling into the radio shows?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think at that point that becomes like a certain camaraderie that at that point, like, they need that. They need, like, yeah, and it's sad. It's of course sad. They got nothing else going.
It's
but
beyond
like,
sad.
Yeah, but they need I don't know. I get that. The people that are like the regulars on the sports talk, because they feel like that's like they're like friends.
Yes, they genuinely think that Mike Francesa is like their friend. That's like our parents will be like, back in my day, we didn't have all this autism. Yeah, you didn't. But you also had thousands of grown men calling into another grown man to scream very specific stats about teams no one cares about. I'd argue that's autistic.
Grown men just wanting to spend their Sunday getting yelled at by Mike Francesa.
Like, Mike, I don't understand.
Yeah,
Aaron
Mike,
Rodgers had 7.2 average yards this year, but last year he had 7.8.
No, that's what I'm going to have to disagree with you, Mike. I just don't think that's how it looked. Yeah.
And they're like, Mike. And Francesa's the king autistic.
Yeah. I did. I had a big sports talk. I mean, I still listen to sports talk. But at this point, it's more comfort noise to me. I don't actually really listen.
Like on the radio?
Yeah, I had an old girlfriend. Like when I'm in the car. I'm in the car a little bit.
Okay.
I had an old girlfriend that kind of ruined it for me because she I would actually intently listen to sports talk, and then she pointed out to me that she was like, you realize that like they're just saying the same thing over and over for literally 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I didn't realize that until now. And then now every time that I listen to it, I'm like, shit, she's right. I can't listen to this. But it's more just like I don't know. It's just comfort noise. I like listening to it. I don't really listen to what they're talking about. I don't really get invested in what they're talking about. But I just like having it on the background. I did call in one time though.
You called in?
Yeah.
To Francesa?
No, I called in. I think it was Stephen A. Smith.
What?
Yeah, I think it was Stephen.
I didn't even know he took calls.
No, who was it? Might have been. Maybe it was Alan Hahn. I don't know. It was a Knicks channel. Okay. It was a Knicks channel. I called in, wanted to talk Knicks.
But that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
To be so worked up about the Knicks, you're like, I gotta call someone. I gotta call this guy.
I wasn't worked up. I just wanted to chat. I thought it'd be good.
Were you lonely?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Very
likely.
Yeah.
Very likely.
Okay.
But yeah, I called in. I called in a few times before. I had never gotten through, and then I actually got through this time to like their vetter or whoever they have, and he was just like, "Hey, what do you want to talk about?" And I panicked. I didn't have anything off the top of my head, so I was just like
Israel.
I'd really like to talk about the cost of housing. No, I said something like stupid. I was like Jeremy Lin, and it was probably like 2 years after Jeremy Lin left. No, I don't know. I think it was around the time Jeremy Lin was popular, and I was like, Jeremy Lin. He was like, we're not talking about that right now, and they just hung up on me. I was like, damn it, that was my shot. That was my only shot, and I never called back.
I always wondered how they filtered.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. You dial in. They have like somebody who's vetting the calls. They pick up. They say, what do you want to talk about? And then if your topic of what they want to talk about is something they want to talk about on the show, then they'll maybe put you through. But whatever I said was not what they wanted to talk about.
I could imagine back in like the 90s, 2000s, you got like a 50 switchboard going on for New York sports talk radio.
Yeah, because I can't imagine how many. There's probably
There had to be millions of people calling in.
Like hundreds of thousands.
And it would go on for like 10 hours. Francesco would just talk.
Yeah. Oh, dude. God, that's like dream job. I would love to be sport. I would truly. That's like if I like dream job, sports talk guy. I would love to do that.
You could do it.
Yeah.
You have the tools.
Yeah. No, I know. It's true. Dude, I
could easily do it.
I did this show in New Jersey recently, and one of the guys I was on the show with, well, I guess he's some kind of local, semi-known. He's not known, but he's like a local like sports talk guy.
A local New
sports.
Jersey that we don't know? How local is he? Like
local.
He just does Ramsey, New Jersey.
Yeah. Like
he just
I literally
sits outside
think
his house. What does that mean?
He has some sports talk
How do we
show,
not
but
know
it's
him?
not like a major tri-state area. I think it's just like a New. I don't know. He was acting a little bit.
Anyway, he's headlining.
no, like I think.
Yeah.
No, I was opening for Shafi. This guy I think was hosting for the local. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He did kind of act a little bit more important than he was, but well, whatever. But he was like, I was talking about it. I was like, yeah, I would love to do that. He's like, yeah, well, dude, you should do it. Like, you got all, it's like whatever. It's 2024. You got all the tools and whatever else. And I was just like, yeah, And he was like, well, how old are you? And I was like 33 at that point. I was 33. And he gave me this look of like, oh boy, you better get moving then. If you're, and I was like, it's just like, yeah, shut up. You're like fucking 60 years old.
Yeah, what does that mean? You gotta start working?
Yeah, you're like give me
I'm not trying to make the Knicks.
No,
I'm trying to talk about them.
He gave me a look of like, oh boy, it's kind of late. It's like, what do you mean? You can do this till what do you mean it's late? Like, shut up.
I've been talking about sports my whole life.
Yeah.
The only difference is the microphone.
Yeah. But that really pissed me off. That's the end of that story.
Okay. I have friends that work in sports, like that are at very influential companies. They also gamble. They get all of their gambling wrong, but they tell me I know nothing about sports because I don't work in it.
Wait, you're saying they
I can have like any opinion on sports, and they'll tell me what do you know? What do you know about sport? You don't know anything about sports.
You don't know nothing.
I'm like, you've made negative $15,000 this year, and this is your life.
Yeah. Boy, the sports game. I've been clean. It's almost been exactly a year now. I've been clean off the sports gambling.
You haven't been sports gambling in a year? Congrats.
Oh, yeah. I was telling my family this year, I was like, you didn't realize last year I was like silently hitting my rock bottom right at like Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. That's
what was rock bottom? Rock
bottom was like, I got some money for a Christmas present, and I gambled, not even close to all of it, but a noticeable percentage of it on like. I got a gift, and then my first thought was, "Oh, good, I have some money to gamble now." And I had money, but I was like losing enough of my money that I was like, I don't want to use my money anymore. And then I got some money, and I was like, "Oh, cool, I have more money to gamble right now." And then I lost some of it. Now, again, it's not like I lost like I got an inheritance and I gambled away 70% of it, but like. Still, the fact that my first impulse when I got money was to be like, "Oh, good, I can lose this money now." Like, I was just
That's
like,
insane.
yeah. I was like, "Oh, you officially have like a problem, and you need to stop this." And it ruined my holidays because I was like constantly just watching sports, sweating out just like angrily over nothing, over some stupid.
We
game.
ended podcast episodes, and you said, "Can you turn the?"
Hey, can you switch to
the Capitals game?
Yeah, can you turn on the
Wizards.
Liberty?
It was the Wizards. Like, I have to watch the Wizards and what was it, Mavericks?
Yeah.
I was like, why?
Can you go to TNT? The Bengals are on. No, but I also told my girlfriend a story that I hadn't told her before about how it had gotten bad enough that I was gambling on the WNBA. Like there was a like nothing else was happening, so there's a WNBA game on. I think it was the Liberty, and I gambled on the WNBA game, and I was sitting down watching TV with her, and I made her turn the WNBA game on without telling her that I'm gambling. I just like, hey, can you just like flip to the WNBA?
That's the number one sign your boyfriend's an addict.
Yeah. And she was like, "No, I'm not going to. I'm not turning on the WNBA. What are you talking about?" And I was just like,
"Turn it on."
I just really like basketball. And she didn't. And she was like, "I'm drawing the line." She didn't even know I was gambling on it, but she's like, "I'm drawing the line. I'm not turning on the WNBA again."
Real feminist.
No, she's not. She's not a feminist. Very much not a feminist. Part of why I love her so much. But yeah. So that was like my rock bottom was like around Christmas of last year, and I think I all in all probably wound up losing like 10 grand or so. Sports gambling.
Not good, but
yeah,
there's way worse stories.
And also part of it was that I had money. I was also very depressed. So the fact that anything made me feel something
was pretty cool.
Good.
You had to watch the WNBA, but yeah.
And I had disposable income to like piss away. But then once I'm pretty good with my money, so once I lost enough of it.
Gambling addict.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm pretty good, except I lose it all.
Well, dude, but I don't know if I told you this. Like, I did well for what, and this is the gambling.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's like I did well for a while, and I was like, oh, I'm good at this. I can probably even quit my job at this point. How much money I'm making? I started to have those thoughts of like, what do I need to get to in order to like not have a job?
To be a handicapper?
Yeah, what is that? Is that a tool? I don't know.
I think if you like hit handicappers are people that hit 80% or above, like professional gamblers.
Yeah, I thought that. I actually thought that about myself.
What were you hitting percent wise?
Well, within the first couple of months, I literally went up like $7,000. Like within like first probably 2 months, I hit like $7,000. And I was like, oh, if you keep like doing it this way and blah blah blah, like yeah, you can, Yeah,
but then they cap your bets if you do too well.
Probably, but I never got there because I just started losing. I started losing, and then it became this like I would lose a bunch and then I'd win a bunch. So probably about breaking even for a while, and then just because that's what happened. Like people like you don't. This is why you don't win, because even if you win for a while, you don't stop. You don't go, oh great, I won. I'm done now. You just keep playing until you're losing, like that.
You
like,
had all 3 apps. I remember that.
No, I had two. I had DraftKings and
you had Caesars.
Caesars, yeah, I had Caesars and DraftKings. And I think I deleted Caesars when I hit my first rock bottom, which of course is not your actual rock bottom.
No, it's like the ocean.
Yeah, and then if you delete the app, they make it a little bit harder for you to like get back on.
Interesting.
So I do think there's like when you delete it, they're like, "Are you sure?" Because like it's gonna be hard to. We can't really like let you just re-download it. So I just said screw it, and I went to DraftKings. And then, yeah, I mean it's really bad though. I do think gambling, like sports gambling, is one of those things that like people don't realize how big of a problem it is. Because I would just sit there and just literally thousands of dollars just be sitting there like sweating over all day. It's too easy. You shouldn't have like it. You shouldn't. It's like porn. It's similar to porn in that sense. It shouldn't be this easy to access. In order to gamble, you should have to like go through like steps.
Have to go to a place.
Yeah, you should have to go to a place.
Yeah.
Exactly. You should have to go to a place. You should have to put some kind of effort in. You shouldn't just be able to sit there on an app and just all of your net worth just slowly gamble away.
Say what you want about the OTB. At least people got their steps in.
Yeah. Wait, what's OTB?
You didn't do off-track betting?
No, when it was illegal, I was never doing it. Or like when it was hard to do, I was never doing it.
Not even like growing up, you didn't go to an OTB or something?
No. I was never a gambler.
No one in your family's a gambler.
No one in my family. My dad is very anti-gambling. I went to a bachelor party with one of my best friends, like when I was like recently out of college in Vegas, and I didn't gamble the whole time. They all got pissed at me because I didn't like gambling. And then very slowly.
Yeah, I see it as
time,
like a waste of money.
It's totally a waste of money. I mean, like it's the type of thing. Again, if you can have a healthy relationship with it, where like occasionally you go to a casino and you gamble and you win or you lose a marginal amount of money. Yeah, it's fine. It's a fun thing. I think it can be a fun thing. But people, I think, because it's not like a drug, people don't take it seriously in terms of like an addiction and how badly it can absolutely destroy your life and how fast it can destroy your life.
I have people tell me, think about it like it's entertainment, like you're paying for a show.
Yeah. Oh, it's like vacation.
This sucks.
It's like, no, if I sunk a cost into vacation, it means that I got to go on vacation. I got to go to the beach.
The show.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm watching my money leave my hand.
You're sitting in a casino, which is just full of the worst, like the worst of the worst of society. You're inhaling all this cigarette smoke, just getting drunk, drinking. They're giving you free drinks, which people think, oh, it's free drinks. No, they're trying to get you messed up so that you're not thinking rationally. You'll just keep pissing away your money. That's it's not free. They're paying.
They're enticing you to sit.
Yeah. They're investing money in your poor decision making. Is what is happening. And that's not vacation. Like vacation is like, yeah, you go to a place and you enjoy your life and you sit and you stare at a beach or whatever the hell you got to do on vacation. Like this is not vacation. It's literally just sitting there stressed out. But if you want to put it as like an entertainment, a sunk entertainment cost, that's fine. But like, again, it's if you can just have a healthy, like, yeah, I do it once a year. I cap it at, if I lose $2,000, I'm done. That's $2,000? Yeah, I mean, it depends on how much money you make.
That's your cut?
No.
Mine's 200, and I think that's a lot.
Oh. Well, no, I mean, listen, I've become a little bit reckless with it. Like I went to the casino in Fort Lauderdale a couple months ago.
Didn't even know there was one.
I also didn't.
Okay.
Not good. Until I got there, and my friend was
Did you just have a mirage showed up of a casino, and you were like, I just have to gamble?
But I think I wound up winning like $1,500 in that.
Are you a blackjack guy?
Craps. No, I hate
You're
blackjack.
A craps guy.
I hate blackjack. I don't like roulette. I hate blackjack because blackjack.
Did they kill your family? Why
no, blackjack is the only game where I sit there and I'm like, I don't. It feels like you're cheating because like
I can't prove it.
Yeah, I can't prove it. I know like this is like statistics and numbers, but like I really feel like you're cheating right now. Because like the amount of times where I'd get 20 and they would get 21. I would be
You're
sitting
like, how?
Yeah, how is it how are you doing this? And that's why I don't do blackjack. And it made me want to murder the person in front of the dealer in front of me.
I hate people that, and these are my friends, big like, oh, you're not playing right. You're not playing blackjack right. You should have not hit that, then it goes to him, and then the person after that gets 21.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's like none of the. What are you talking about?
It's too much maneuver. It's too much.
You can't control this.
Yeah.
You're all trying to control this.
And that's why in craps, I actually genuinely feel like it's just chance. And there is like a weird thing with craps where like it gets hot and then like it seems like people just hit numbers a lot, which is like it is a very strange thing about craps. But I don't feel like I'm getting just absolutely cheated in this game. I also am very like conservative with it. Like, do you play craps though?
No.
So I'm gonna say words that don't even make sense. But like I don't like put a lot of like I don't put on a lot of different numbers. I just play like the pass line and the odds. Like I don't. So I actually feel a little bit more like in control, and even if I lose, I'm like, all right, well, it was a bad table or a bad roll or whatever. But yeah, so like, I used to just be totally anti-gambling. Then my friends got me into craps a little bit, and then I got heavy into craps. And I did have like a little bit of a problem over the pandemic. I would be because there was
videoed it.
No, worse. I would drive up to Mohegan Sun for the day because there was nothing.
That's not worse than video. I think video gambling.
Video? Like you would.
My friends have like an account where it's some person in Singapore.
Oh, that's nuts!
And they'll play games video.
I thought you meant like I was like playing digitally online or something. I was like, no, that's crazy.
Yeah. Because they're also the same people that take sports too seriously.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
That's crazy. I would, since there was nothing to do during the pandemic, like Mohegan to open up pretty early and I would drive up to Mohegan and just hang out there for the day and then come back.
I went there for a bachelor party in April. Talk about sad.
Yeah, no, dude. You go into casinos and it's like, this is the worst of society.
But this is, but it's America.
But this is America. Yeah,
Like,
no,
this
you see
is
exactly. Yeah.
this is America.
You see what like largely the country is as a whole. It's like, this is these people.
People looking for instant
Yeah.
gratification with doing zero work, and also eating exclusively at buffets.
Yeah, and also people that like have money because this country used to be a good economic situation, so they have money, and they also have no passions in life at all.
None.
So they come
hate
to
their
this
kids.
place.
They're not giving their kids
Yeah,
their money.
yeah. They'd rather piss it away in the casino than invest it in their children. Like, so they just come to a casino for the dopamine, for the thing to do, for the reason to live, and they don't. Money is money. They don't care if they lose it. They don't care if if they make it. Great, whatever. And they just sit there and drink, gamble, eat. And that's it. That's life.
I have a cousin who has lost so much money at a place called Jake's 58
Oh, Jake's 58, dude.
that he gets rooms there.
Me and my friends have a running joke about Jake's 58. What even goes on? So they just have like, because it's not like a real casino. It's not like, they don't have like craps tables and stuff.
I don't know what they have. I didn't even know it was like a real casino. Like, I didn't know what it was until college.
I don't think it is a real casino. I think it's like, I think it's like slots, right? There's like a lot of.
I know there's a lot of slots, but my cousin's lost so much money. He gets rooms comped at Jake's 58, which I didn't even know had rooms.
Insane.
And then my uncle, who does live in his van, when he comes to New York, stays in the rooms.
That's crazy, man. Jake's 58. Yeah. Me and my friends have a running joke about Jake's 58. Because it's like the only casino on Long Island, so my friends are always like making a joke that I'm going there, and every time I drive past it, I send them a picture. I'm like, Jake's 58, baby.
But it just looks like it's in like an office building.
Yeah, it is. It's like a corporate suite. Like it's like one of those.
Yeah, it's not on. I was gonna say plantation. It's not a plantation. What are they called? Where the natives are? Reservations.
Plantation reservation.
A real open table.
BetMGM. I will say though, it is crazy how normalized it's become. It's such a massive business. It's crazy to me that like there's all like every sports show you watch, you listen to. It's all just like, by the way, the odds are blah blah blah. Like it's crazy how normal it is. But this is what it.
Well, how 180 it's been since like Pete Rose.
Yeah.
He can't be in the Hall of Fame because he gambled on himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, nope, we don't do that. If you hit your wife, you could be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And if you're racist, you could be in the Hall of Fame. But if you bet on yourself, we don't do that around here. Mm-hmm. By the way, the Yankees' future odds.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've been clean off that, and it's the type of thing like I actually would like to like gamble again, but I have to be at a place where I don't know. It's like once you have the willpower to actually break an addiction, just the thought of getting addicted again is just exhausting, and it's like I'd rather just not do it. Like
I don't know. I think it's pretty comforting.
What?
I think every day about just buying just like a whole thing of Oreos. Every day I fight myself to not get pizza.
Yeah, but food is different. Dude, food and the phone addiction, it's different. It's such a harder thing. It's such a harder thing, man. It really, I think it's because you need it to a degree. You need food.
Right.
So.
Like I know I have to have dinner.
Yeah.
I could get a pie.
Dude, yeah. And then because if you try to change your eating habits, let's say you're trying to break your addiction to Oreos and you're just like, okay, like I'm going to like, instead of eating an Oreos after dinner, I'm just going to like, whatever, have I'm going to eat some bread. You just have the bread and then you just want the Oreos. You know what I mean? It doesn't
replace it.
Yeah, it doesn't replace, nothing replaces it. And all your triggers for wanting Oreos are other kinds of food. Like anytime I eat, like if your addiction is at like after dinner, every day I eat a sleeve of Oreos. Dude, every day when you eat dinner, you're gonna want the Oreos.
That's all I think about.
It's so brutal, man. I've tried to break the sweet addiction so much, but it's so hard, dude. Because every time I eat dinner, every time I'm like, okay, it's time for sugar now.
You're just eating the dinner to get to the dessert.
Yeah, it's funny, and that's like something that's been so ingrained in our brains since we were kids. Like, all right, eat your vegetables, and then you can have the cake afterwards. And that's been ingrained in our brains literally since.
Well, that's why I don't have any food here. Because then I'm like, if you want food, you have to go out and get it. And then I like yesterday it was raining. And I looked outside. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not eating.
Part of the problem with New York City, though, is that's so accessible to get stuff.
I know, I have a Grubhub premium account, too.
You can literally just walk outside, go half a block, and you can get whatever you want. But, dude, it's the same thing with the phone, because I really want to work on my phone addiction. It's just hard, man, because I got to go on my phone. Like, I got to go on my phone. I try to break phone addiction, but it's like I need it for stuff. I need it for work. I need it for, I need it for content. And I'm so hopelessly addicted to
What
this
are you
thing,
addicted to on the phone?
I think the biggest thing for me is that, like, well, it's certainly similar to, like, a cigarette where it's, like, just the action of, like, just checking and, like, checking the apps and, like, definitely just the habit of just checking and stuff. But
have you considered smoking?
Just replace it with
smoking.
No, I was vaping for a while. I did quit the vaping too.
You were vaping?
I was vaping for a while.
You were vaping and essentially day trading sports bets.
Dude, there was a stretch where that was my like vaping, gambling, like the whole shebang.
Yeah, you become real Long Island real quick.
That's why I've liked being back in an office, because this is when I was working from home. So like all day I was just like vaping.
How's the office? I haven't really asked.
It's actually it's good. Nice. I think it's been a really good adjustment for me to be back in an office.
You're in what, 3-4 days a week?
What's that? 3 days a week. Yeah.
3 days a week. And you moved to a new one, right?
Yeah, it's down in like Flatiron.
Right by not Lifetime. What's the gym you
Chelsea Piers.
Chelsea Piers.
That's where I go. I told you. Did you know that? Yeah.
And you in Bramante.
Yeah, me and Vermont's go to old Chelsea Piers. But no, but with the phone addiction though, like I just think the biggest thing for me is that I don't feel like I'm never present anymore. I'm never actually here, because I'm just thinking about the digital stuff that's happening. I'm living essentially in my phone. I'm just thinking about whatever, all the stuff.
Like what? Like your followers?
Everything. My followers, how my posts are doing.
This does make sense, because I was watching some of your videos to see, maybe I'll touch on some stuff for the episode. You answer every comment.
Yeah. Well, yes. I'm definitely unhealthily checking what's going on in the comment section.
You had a video about the health insurance industry, and someone commented, "This happened to my husband who died of cancer." And you said, "I'm sorry to hear about your loss." I was like, is this a comedy channel anymore? What's happening?
No, I don't know. I go in, but I not everything I say is funny. Sometimes I'm just being serious on there. But I don't know. It's like, I thought that was like that was supposed to be funny. And then there were some not funny comments. But I feel bad. But no, I do check. But I check because it's good for engagement, to like and to interact in the comment section.
I've heard that.
So I will but a lot of times I'm not paying attention to what I'm liking. But I'll check like the top comments. I'll see what the top comments are, and I'll engage with some of them. I'll respond or whatever. But I'll normally just like comments to bring people back to the post. But it's like it gets a little dangerous, because like sometimes people comment stuff that I don't want to like. Like sometimes people start.
I remove those comments.
No, because I would rather people argue. Like if it's like sometimes
Well, it
it's
depends
like
what it is.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. If it's
Yeah.
something like I don't want there, then yes.
Right, like with Chris Brown, people are commenting some racist stuff. So I've
Yeah,
deleted
yeah,
those.
yeah.
With Kelly
Yes.
Taylor, it was exclusively fat comments. I deleted all those.
Generally hateful stuff I'll get rid of. Sometimes with the corporate stuff, I'll have people be like, we should need to murder the CEOs. And I'm like, all right, I don't want my posts to be about stuff like
maybe
that.
we relax, guys.
And it's all just like, or we can just make fun of that. Like, I'm just making fun of CEOs here. We're just having a good little time here. We're just poking some fun. We don't need to go to like the depths of that kind of stuff. But I'll also have comments that people get mad at me and they'll be like, "Kill yourself, bitch," and I'll like.
I like those.
I'll just like.
I like those.
Yeah, just like.
A good amount of people will like comment back like, "Oh man, I didn't know you'd read this. Thanks for the like." Like,
Yeah.
all right.
I have my whole thing is I'll never get into it in the comment section with people. I think I did like one time. Yeah, because people back down really fast. If you like say something back, people like back down really fast. But I don't. My whole thing with the comment section, I'm never gonna get into it with somebody in the comment section. Like
No.
I'm never. Like I see people engage with like, and I'm like, yo, what are you
I don't
doing?
have time.
Yeah, what are you doing? No, it's also just like, you think you're gonna like win? Like these people are insane. These people that actually take time out of their day to like say something negative on a social media post,
Which
like
is so many people.
yeah, they're not real people. They probably just sit there on their whatever phone and just leave 10 hateful comments and just wait for somebody to respond to them. And so if you don't even acknowledge it, it's like they don't even exist, you know? But also it's insane. Like it's needless. It's needless conflict. Like what are we doing? You know, like, but I do monitor the comment. Like I do monitor the comment section though. I'm always checking. I had one post recently though that like I didn't engage at all in the comment section because people were just going insane in my comment section. Like my whole post was about the CEO, the assassination thing, and I just said like I don't really think that violence is what's going to solve this issue. And everybody just in the comment section was like, "You don't know anything. Their stock already dropped and blah blah blah." And I'm like, you people, it's
No.
I'm not even saying that like I feel bad that for this guy, but I'm just saying that like violence, it's not their language. See, their language is money. If it's not impacting their money on a dramatic scale, they don't care. They do not care. You can, if there's 10 major CEOs and you kill 8 of them, they already replace that guy.
Yeah.
With probably somebody who's way worse.
The thing no one talked about,
Yeah.
he was on the way to that meeting.
They didn't stop the meeting.
They did the meeting.
They did the meeting.
He's dead. He's still bleeding on the
Yeah,
street.
yeah.
And
They
they're like,
did-
we
they're
got to
like,
do these
well.
quarterly numbers. I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you.
Yeah, they literally do not care. And people were like, "Oh, well, it already affected this anesthesia thing that some other
some other
healthcare
company.
provider was going to do, and their stock dropped, so it did affect it." It's like this is a blip. It's a blip. Stock dropping doesn't matter. The stock will recover. They'll get a new CEO in there. He'll do the same messed up stuff. Nothing systematically will change.
No.
And it'll just be the same thing. Again, all this won't matter. Like, and trust me, I hate the healthcare. I hate everything. But the only way to systematically change it is to systematically boycott it for a sustained period of time. But that's never going to happen because that's going to require people to work together, and that's never going to happen. So, again, I like whatever that the guy got murdered. Like, I just don't think that violence is what's going to solve this issue. They don't care about violence. Like they care about money. That's literally all that they care about. So until you can impact that, then it's not going to change.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the same thing with the Jets. People with the Jets are like, get Woody to sell the team. I'm like, do you think that you're going to get him to sell the team by just
Saying it?
No. Stop going to the games. Stop buying merchandise. Stop buying tickets. He's going to have to sell the team. Like, that's the only way to do it. But no, the people are going to keep going, and he's not going to change anything because if you think about it, as a business person, he's done a good job. When he inherited the team, I don't know what it was worth, but it's probably worth 5 times that.
Yeah.
You know?
I also, the way I look at it, I think there's a lot of simple answers to things. Like for the Jets, to your point, stop watching them.
Stop
buying their stuff.
Yeah.
With the healthcare stuff, and this might be coming from a place where I've come from union workers and not like work in tech, and I work for a hospital. I think the simple solution is get a real job.
Yeah.
If you have a real job, you get pretty good insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem is no one wants a real job.
No, but I think that, like, I do think that it's happening right now where, like, the middle class to below is just getting really screwed in a lot of ways. And I think in a normal functioning society, while the middle to below class, it shouldn't be great, but it should be, like, okay.
It should be comfortable.
Yeah, it should be comfortable. Yeah. You should be able to be happy there. But they're just getting totally trounced in every aspect of life. And it's like they just want to decency. But yeah, I mean, I do think there is like a little bit of a lack of like adaptability where it's like you have the problem in front of you. You got to fix it. We got to find a way. Got to find a solution to it. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, I'm making pretty good money right now, and the cost of living being how bad it is, the solution to that problem to me is like you got to figure out ways to make more money. That's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to do, you know. Like,
well, it's not an easy thing to do when I'm trying to think. Like, I think I'm going to try to make this a bit, but we have not been having shows at Stone Street. That's a whole bag of hammers. We can talk about it on the page.
on the Patreon.
But I was at the Apple store. I lost an AirPod. I had to get a new AirPod. As I'm waiting for the new AirPod, I hear someone they give like those classes at the Apple store. I don't know if you've seen that. They'll give like design classes. They give like...
No, I didn't know that.
Like how to use your Mac classes. It's usually for older people. And the guy teaching the class said, oh, well, my trade is graphic design. And I was like, no, that's not a trade. Blacksmithing's a trade.
Yeah, graphic design.
Graphic design's not a trade. Graphic design, your dad was a lawyer and he paid for you to go to Lafayette, and then you got a degree in graphic design. That's what that is. It's not trade. I think that's a big problem with the country. It's like, oh, I worked really hard to be a graphic designer. It's like, one, you didn't work hard, and two, that's not a real thing. So we gotta go back to real things.
Yeah.
Because that leads to real results.
Yeah. And I made a post about this where it's like you need to think about what is the monetary value of the skill that you're obtaining. Like, and part of what factors into that is the supply and demand. There are billions of graphic designers like to choose from. It's kind of the same way with comedy. There's a billion stand-up comics. That's why there's no money in it, because the supply, there's way more of a supply than there is a demand.
Right.
And until the 1% of stand-up comedians, you're just getting screwed. And it's the same way with like trades like that, where it's like, yeah, because it's a very easy to obtain skill that there are billions of, and it's not a super lucrative thing. You need to think about what are the skills that I'm getting, and what is the monetary value behind this.
It's also not there's no apprenticeships for graphic design.
Yeah, you just take an online course.
You don't go to a trade school and you're like, oh, I could be a mechanic, I could be a blacksmith, or I could be a graphic designer.
Yeah.
That's not an option.
Yeah.
But people, like these kids that grew up upper middle class, I think most of these people that are pro Luigi shooting this guy, they're like, yeah, it's so hard to live now. It's like, it's actually not that hard. Yeah. The way you've decided to live your life, it's hard because you have no value.
Yeah. And dude, it sucks, but you gotta find ways to make money, man. It's like, I know there's this whole, well, money's not everything. It's like,
no, money's everything.
It kind of is.
It's everything.
Like, this is, and I know it sucks in a perfect utopian society. Yes, I agree. Like, money shouldn't really matter. It should just be able to do what you want to do. But like, this is what it is. You got, like, this is the world we live in. This is the reality that we live in. You got to make money. Like, I do hate how much everything costs, though.
No, that's yes.
It's absolutely
That's something
it's absolutely
everyone can
absurd.
agree with.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd. It's absolutely absurd right now. Anyway, none of this is funny.
No, but that's podcasting, baby. There's outs. You go in, you go out. But we'll continue on the page. We'll move over to page.